What's up, everybody? Ryan here. I'm in Cambridge, Ohio. I got a electric hot water tank to replace. This is the info I've got right here. It looks pretty fun, so I'm gonna load up all my stuff. I'm gonna cart it in and I'm gonna get started on this. Yeah, here we are. The tank right here. Get my cart down from over there and get everything loaded up and get inside. All right, I got just about everything on there. And we'll go ahead and wheel this sucker in. All right, guys, here we are. Oh, we do have a drain on it. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Yeah, let me go grab a hose, shot back out that water. We'll drain this thing down. It shouldn't be too bad at all. Well, guys, I couldn't get my hose on it because it's not enough space between the bottom of the pan and the drain, but it's piped right in down to the slop sink below, so I'm just gonna let it rip here and drain it all out into the slop sink below. I'll give you a shot of that. That'll work. All right, while we wait for that to drain, I'm gonna stir up some of this gunk and let it go down the drain as well, and then I'll shop vac this out. In the meantime, I'm gonna break this union. I'm gonna cut our piping for our temperature pressure valve and disassemble the electrical. Well, it appears that we are done draining, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can cut it here. I wanna be able to spin this out and reuse it. Instead of cutting it here, I'll never be able to turn it. So I'm gonna see if my little pipe cutter will get in there and get around. I think it will. And then we'll break these unions loose and see what we gotta do to pipe this new one in. All right, I'm gonna unsweat it. I can't get my pipe cutter to fit around there. I can just re-solder that back together when I'm all finished up. So let's see. All right, guys, I got the water inlet disconnected. I got the hot water supply disconnected. I'm gonna try to push this tank back a little bit, heat this up, and see if I can get this to pop out. That should be good enough. I'll clean that all up with a brush and some sand cloth and solder everything back together. Now I can get this tank out of here. Yeah, she's rotted out pretty good. I'd like to reuse this drain. That way, when this one, the one I'm putting in, finally goes, somebody can drain it out. So get these fittings off of here and reuse them. All right, I'm gonna get some vibration pads to set underneath the new tank, get it up a little bit. And then I have the flexible sharp bite waterline connectors. So that's how I'm going to do this one. All right, now I got the old tank out of here. I got some vibration pads here, just so it's not sitting down on the bottom of this. All right, I got this piping cut out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the tank back out. We're gonna put this right back here and hook it up with one of the shark bite flexible connectors. And I'm also going to connect my hot with one of the connectors. So let me go ahead and get that done, and then we'll pull this expansion tank and bleeder and get those replaced as well. Got all the piping together here. Gonna replace this expansion tank and the bleeder. Hopefully they sent us the right one. We didn't get the right bleeder. We got a 3/4, and this is a 1/2 inch female adapter. So I ran out to the truck, got this, just cut this out and solder this in. All right guys, I got that cut out. I got it all sanded up with some sand cloth. I cleaned this out with a brush. It's real important to make sure everything's good and clean when you're soldering. I'm gonna hit it with some flux, and we're gonna solder this in. Got that all soldered in. It went real well. You can see the solder around the rim of the inside of the fitting. I'm gonna go ahead and get this all cleaned up. Might as well get that all taken care of now. We're all soldered in. Got my fitting here to receive my vacuum relief valve. I'm gonna go ahead and back this thing out. We'll repipe dope and Teflon tape the new expansion tank and get that put in. Alright guys, that's it. Got the relief valve in, expansion tank. I got my pop-off valve pipe back in. I reused this drain. I've got the flexible connectors hooked up. So the first thing I'm going to do now is open the relief valve, fill the tank, and once I hear this flowing water, I'll know the hot water tank is full of water. I haven't hooked up any of the electrical yet. I still got to hook up that ground. I'm going to go ahead and fill the tank, bleed out all the lines, inspect my piping, make sure I've got no leaks here, and then after I do that, I'll hook up the electrical, hook up that ground, and we'll check amp draw. Here we go. Open that up. You hear the tank filling up with water. Shouldn't take it long, 12-gallon tank, so. And here we go. I hear water spraying in the slop sink down there, so I'm gonna shut this and I'll be back with you after I bleed out all the lines. Everything's bled out. So now I'm gonna sit here and I'm just gonna run my finger along everything I touched and make sure nothing is leaking or dripping, and everything from this point looks good. Hook up my wiring. That'll give me time while I do that. If any small leaks are gonna form or develop and show themselves, then I have the time to sit here and actually watch it for a little bit. I don't wanna just turn it on and go and realize later there was a small drip somewhere or something that needed my attention while I was still here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the electrical hooked up, and if I don't see any leaks or drips by that point, we'll apply power and check amp draw. All right guys, I got the grounds hooked back up. Looking pretty good on that end. I'm gonna go ahead and get the power hooked up, and we'll be able to check the amp draw on this here shortly. No leaks, everything looks good, so I'm fairly confident that everything's going to be all right. I always like to look and make sure these are set. This is set just on hot. I think that's good enough. It doesn't give me a temperature, but we certainly don't want it on very hot. They're just washing hands here for the restrooms, so hot seems good to me. We'll go ahead and get that buttoned all back up. I've got my electrical hooked up. I still have no leaks. I'm happy about that. So let me get this panel back in place. We'll kick on the power and then I will get out of here. Well, let's see. Hopefully nothing goes boom. Yeah, nothing went boom. That's good. Now let's see what we got. 12.52 and dropping slightly. 12.5. It's real important, guys, if you do one of these, to make sure it's full of water before you turn the power on, or you'll burn that element out real quick. So I'm going to keep an eye on all my joints while I'm cleaning up, and if things go well, the next time you see me, we'll be out at the van. I almost forgot the most important part. Alright everybody, that's going to do it for this one. 12-gallon electric hot water tank replacement, nothing too crazy. I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon. That'll notify you anytime I got a new video coming out. Leave me a comment. Hit like. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one.